Yo guys, what is up? GP2K here, and today we're going to be doing a mock draft. But this time it's a lot different because, as many of you may know, the 49ers traded with the Dolphins and the Eagles, and it was like a big draft trade. So basically what happened, and I'll try to make it short, the 49ers now have the number 3 overall spot, and they gave a pretty hefty fine to go get that from the Dolphins. And then what the Dolphins did, because they want a wide receiver, they went and got the Eagles spot at number 6. So basically the 49ers now have spot 3, and the Dolphins now have pick 6, and the Eagles are now at spot 12. And we're going to be doing a mock draft, picks 1 through 16. Without any further ado, let's get into it. So guys, with spot number 1, you know how I feel about this. Nothing is going to change at all. So I got to go Trevor Lawrence. Nothing's going to change. And I don't even need to explain it. So now with number 2, for the last couple mock drafts, I've been saying Zach Wilson's going to go here. And I still do think Zach Wilson is the better player. But it also ultimately comes down to the Jets. It's the Jets' pick. So they can do what they want to do with it. So today, I'm going to go Justin Fields because that's a big possibility. And I think that could easily happen in real life. And for the last couple mock drafts, I haven't been stating that clearly enough. So now with the 49ers, they have this pick. And the only reason they traded up is to get a quarterback. And they got to go Zach Wilson or Justin Fields if he's there. The 49ers have a really bad quarterback situation. Jimmy Garoppolo isn't getting it done. He's getting paid a ton of money. I'm sure there's a lot of teams that'll want to trade for him. So now with the Falcons on the board, I still think they need a quarterback. And even though I'd rather have... They probably aren't very happy with this pick. That's what I'm saying. So they got to go Trey Lance. I still think he's a great quarterback. Even though that Falcons fans, they're probably a little bit disappointed that they didn't get one of those 2 quarterbacks. I think that he'll still be a good quarterback, and he's the perfect project, especially with Matt Ryan, especially when you have him. Now with the Cincinnati Bengals on the clock, the Bengals, what I would do here is you gotta build up an offensive line, and the more I hear about Rashawn Slater, the more I just continue to like him. So I gotta go with Rashawn Slater, even though I think Penei Sewell has more upside. He could easily be a better player in the end. And I think that's ultimately a great possibility to happen. So now with the Dolphins on the board, I think they could get... This was a smart trade down by the Dolphins because they could easily get the same player they would have at number 3. But they're getting it at number 6. And they got a lot of draft capital. So, Kyle Pitts, he's a great player. Like, the more I read about him and look at him, the more I continue to like him. And if he's better than the wide receiver options there, go ahead and take him. So now with the Detroit Lions on the board, you are really struggling at wide receiver. I'd go with Jamar Chase. He's a good wide receiver. And you know what's crazy? Justin Jefferson, he's an amazing wide receiver in the NFL. And Jamar Chase was the better wide receiver at LSU. And I'm not saying Jamar Chase is going to be better than Justin Jefferson, but I still think he has a lot more upside, and he definitely has size competition over Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle. They're both very undersized. Now with the Carolina Panthers, with this pick, this is a big reach, but if the Panthers can't find a way to trade down, they got to go Mac Jones. They desperately need a quarterback. Like, Teddy Bridgewater, he's not going to get it done. They aren't going to win any games if they can't get a good quarterback. And I still think Mac Jones is going to be a good quarterback. Now with the Denver Broncos, a lot of people would say Patrick Surtain is a better player, but the more I read about, wait, where is he? The more I read about, where is he? The more I read about Caleb Farley, the more I continue to like him. They have him very low on this list, apparently. Yeah, the Broncos have to go Caleb Farley. He's a really great player. I like him a ton. I think he's going to be a little bit better than Patrick Surtain. And I think he has a lot of upside compared to his Patrick Surtain. He's a little bit bigger of a guy, and he's a lot more physical. Caleb Farley, he can keep up with the fast wide receivers in the Broncos division, like Tyreek Hill, and that's why I think they're going to draft him over Patrick Surtain. So, now with the Dallas Cowboys, here what I think they're going to do. Go snatch Penei Sewell at the 10 spot. It's an absolute steal. And the only team that could even think about drafting him before that is the Bengals. And if he's there, go get him. Because your line is getting a lot older. And the last thing you want is for Dak Prescott to get hurt again. Because that would be really, really bad. And you just want to protect your $40 million that you're putting on Dak Prescott. Now with the New York Giants, what I would do here is go Devontae Smith. Even though he's small, I still think he could be a very, very good player. And here's the thing about Devontae Smith. He's actually pretty physical for how small he is. And I don't like Jalen Waddle a ton. So that's why I think I got to go Devontae Smith instead of Jalen Waddle. Devontae Smith, I think he'd be a better scheme fit in the Giants offense. And they just need a great wide receiver. They have a lot of mediocre wide receivers, and they just need to one-up their game. Now with the Eagles, even though Devontae Smith isn't here, I still think you got to go Jalen Waddle. I still think he could be good, even though I don't like him as much. And the Eagles, they need a good wide receiver. And I think they traded down because they think they can get one of the best 3 wide receivers at the number 12 spot. And now with the Chargers, you got to go with Patrick Surtain here. Because he's a good cornerback. You really need to upgrade your cornerback game. You may lose Desmond King, I think. Yeah. And you're losing a lot of good cornerbacks that you had a couple years ago. Casey Hayward may be gone. Yeah, you just need to upgrade it. Revitalize that secondary. You just need to do that. With the Minnesota Vikings on the clock, they have a pretty, Neil Hunter's going to want a lot of money soon. And I'm not sure if he's been repaid already. But if he's not, he's going to want it soon. So you might want to get a good replacement for him if you don't have the money to pay him. Where is he? Gregory Rousseau? That's who I'm trying to find. But anyway, Gregory Rousseau, I think he's a great player. And I think, like earlier this year, he was very high on some mock drafts. How is he this low? Oh my, what? Gregory Rousseau, he's a great player, and I think he would be a perfect scheme fit in the Minnesota Vikings defense. And honestly, if you can, they lost a couple of very good defensive line. They used to have a very good defensive line, but their defense is getting a lot older. So you need to upgrade it a little bit, and this is the perfect chance. Now with the Patriots on the board, this one is an easy pick for me. Hightower, he's getting very old, and your linebacking core is just going to keep going down and down, and you're going to need a good linebacker to command your defense. And I think Dante Hightower, he could give Micah Parsons just what he needs to be a good linebacker for the Patriots for the next 10, 15 years. Because Micah Parsons, he's a very good player, and I like him a lot. He has very good side-to-side speed. Now for the Cardinals, I like J.C. Horn a lot, actually. And I think the Cardinals got to go with him here. I've always liked him since he went to South Carolina. And I've been watching him very closely for the last couple of weeks. Because I thought Caleb Farley and Patrick Surtain were a lot better than he was. But he's right there. I don't know why everyone's trying to make him seem like he's a lot worse than those guys. I think he'll be just as good. So that's pretty much it for the mock draft. So guys, thanks for watching. And if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any ideas for further videos, please leave it down in the comments below. Because I'm trying to figure out how to put out a ton of good content for you guys. And if you have any advice, also leave that down in the comments. that's pretty much it. See you next time.